Bhagavatam, chapter 5, text 1, 2, 3. Shishako vacha Dvari dunadya rishabha kuruna Maitreyamasi namagada bodham Shatopastriya chudabhava siddhaha Prapachya saushalya guna vitriptaha. Shukadeva Goswami said, Vidura, the best among the Kuru dynasty, was perfect in devotion service to the Lord, thus reached the source of the celestial Ganges river, Haridwar, where Maitreya, the great fathomless learned sage of the world, was seated. Vidura, who was perfect in gentleness, satisfied in transcendence, inquired from him. So this is Vidura asking questions. The first thing is, what is he seeking? He is seeking spiritual realizations. That is very important. What am I seeking? And what do you get realization for? Associations. A person should be seeking. Vidura is not seeking wealth. He left the kingdom long time ago, Dhritarashtra's palace. He could have compromised and stayed in that kingdom. Even though they insulted, he could have just sat there. Somehow, I'm having good wealth. I'm having good place to sleep. Other things, and I can enjoy. And then Vidura he left everything. In fact, that shows he was totally detached. And his whole objective was how to gain spiritual realizations. And therefore he was seeking somebody who has realizations. And such a person will accept a guru. Correct? Otherwise it's like time pass. The whole objective is to seek his spiritual realization. So where do I get? He is not seeking. Na dhanam, na janam, na sundarim. So many things were available to him. He sacrificed everything. Sacrificed everything for seeking the spiritual realizations. And what is his qualification? Other qualification? Achyuta bhava. How can he do that? Because he is totally in Krishna consciousness. Piva the Bhagavata Rasamalyam, constantly drinking Krishna consciousness. No thousands of Shrotavyadini Rajendra Niram Santim Sahasra. No other objectives. Thousands and millions of other objectives. He does not have anything. Mind is absorbed how to seek spiritual realizations. And he is looking, where do I get? Where do I get? Where do I get? And where does he come? He comes to Maitreya Rishi. Okay? That is what is happening in the Bhagavatam now. He has landed up in a place, Haridwar. Prabhupada has seen some indications given in the shloka. Prabhupada said, this is Haridwar, where he has come. And he has come to Haridwar, and he sees Maitreya Rishi sitting, who is known great sage, unfathomable, the word is used, full of spiritual realizations. Correct? They have progressed. Today what do we see? What has person progressed? In wealth. We become very attracted. He has progressed in beauty. We become very attractive. Some knowledge, so-called academic knowledge, become very attractive. He is not interested. He is looking, searching. Everybody is searching now for food. Correct? And we are running around. The same way, Prabhupada says there is a hunger. We have two kinds of hunger. One, the body has a hunger. Body has hunger for food. Then mind has hunger for respect, honor, worship, mana, puja, patishta. This hunger of the mind. He wants that. Without that he can't live. And food. Food we are conscious. We are not conscious of the subtle hunger. And then there is spiritual hunger, where I am seeking. Where I am seeking something else. I am seeking spiritual realizations. And when people are advanced in spiritual hunger, their mental and bodily hunger reduces to nil. The great acharyas, they hardly eat, and they are not interested in so-called recognition, to be noticed, all this rubbish of this world. They are not interested. They are interested in spiritual realizations. Just like Vidura, the Prophet Maitreya, he is not saying to Maitreya, please recognize me. Not interested in all that. So Maitreya starts saying, oh Vidura, you are so wonderful. So nice, no? He is recognizing me. That's how we are. We are so tuchha actually. But he is not interested in all that. He genuinely seeking. Achyuta bhava siddhaha. He is perfect in Krishna consciousness. Therefore, no distraction. He's on samadhi. I want to advance. I want to advance. I want to advance. And he's seeking association of people who are actually advanced. Correct? Actually advanced. So Maitreya is known, recognized servant of the Lord. And somebody has given recommendation. Who has given recommendation? Uddhava. Uddhava said, go to him. Actually, we learned that the etiquette, the Uddhava actually did not need, because he was highly spiritually advanced, much more than Maitreya. But there is some etiquette, Maryada. He doesn't want to accept a disciple in the presence of a senior devotee nearby. So, just like Prabhupada says, even in the presence of the Guru, the disciple doesn't take any Shishya. He rather brings a Shishya to the Guru. And Prabhupada times, when disciples wanted to initiate, Prabhupada said, that's okay. You can do that when I go. But in my presence, the rule is this, that when the Guru is present, living on the world, the general rule is, you take the disciple to your Guru. Let him accept you. Correct? That's an etiquette, Prabhupada says. Maryada. He doesn't do Maryada Ullangan. No way a devotee is very, very careful. Therefore, devotee's behavior, you cannot find fault. It is perfect. Okay? So this is a beautiful thing. Achyuta Bhava Siddha Vidura is actually perfect in devotion service. He has shown it how, number one, he showed that he was always speaking the truth in the assembly, very humbly submitting to Dhritarashtra. This is not right what you are doing. And we know he's perfect. So he did his duties perfectly. We know he's perfect because he worshipped Krishna. When Krishna came to his place, famous pastime, he served him bananas with ecstasy. And then he's perfect. And he always protected Krishna's greatest devotees, the Pandavas. He gave them shelter, protection, guided them so many ways. In fact, when Vidura goes to meet Yudhishthira Maharaj in the first canto, Yudhishthira Maharaj says what? He says, Tirtham Kurvanti Tirthani. So here, certificate from Yudhishthira. You want certificate? There are useless papers. This is a certificate. Yudhishthira Maharaj is saying, Tirtham Kurvanti Tirthani. You can create place of Tirtha. Why? Achyuta Bhava Siddhaha. Therefore, he can create Tirtha. Wherever he goes, that becomes Tirtha. And even a small child or any stage, it becomes a Tirtha. That's perfectness. And then he also says, you always protected like a bird protects its eggs. You protected with your wings. You protected our small children. Because Vidura was very, very careful to see that no harm comes to the Pandavas. So he has served the Lord indirectly. Because, devotee serving is also serving the Lord. And then when there was, right from the birth of Duryodhana, he advised Dhritarashtra to get rid of him. And when he was later saying that before the war itself started, then Duryodhana insulted him. His head was totally polarized. Prabhupada says actually he should not have done that. He never did it, but he lost control at this point because Vidura was respected as a very learned man in the assembly. He was an extremely learned personality, but he spoke very strong words. What did he say? This son of the kept maidservant should be beaten until death in that open marketplace till he is breathing. Practically death penalty he was trying to get. And Vidura could have retaliated even with his weapons, and his Yamaraj, Yamadanda was enough to finish it. But Duryodhana, Bhima has taken oath to kill him, so he didn't want to disturb that. So he came out. And he just came out of the palace, and all the wealth is gone, all respect is gone, all position is gone, not affected. Why? Achyuta Bhava Siddha. He's totally unconcerned with all. Now an opportunity to hear Krishna consciousness. Now he's going to holy places. Generally people come to holy places. We should also change. The holy places they go for association. Not for a running around here and there. It's not of any much use. Go someplace, but it's good to sit down. Just like we had these people that come from Gulf. They said they every day chanted 64 hours. Sat down from morning till afternoon, they just chanted. Had morning program, chanted 64 rounds, had lunch, and then went for a little tirtha. So they had a lot of katha, lot of japa, lot of kirtan, then it is fruitful. Therefore that shloka is, Sa eva gokhara. Yasyasa buddhi grinupeti dhatuke swadi kalatradi shubhama ejadi yat tirtha buddhi salilena karheche janeshu bhagneshu sa eva gokharaha. So we go to the holy place. If the objective is not association, then it becomes go khara. It's like we have some visitors have come. Every day they're planning. They didn't attend any aarti. Some guest, standard life members. They didn't attend any aarti. They didn't attend any class. They have list of places to go. That Devi temple, this place. That's all. Well, remain neophyte whole life. Correct? What do you say? Just imagine. Therefore, Prabhupada used to say sometimes, and he saw in Vrindavan happening the same drama. He told, just sit down here. Enough. He told, Prabhupada lecture is done. Just sit down here. No need to running around. The focus should be actually association. Focus should not be that animal can also do. Take bath in the kunda, correct? We can put an animal also 2 buckets of water. That's not saeva go khara, like a bull or khara. Let us not translate go bull. Like a cow is worshipped. Prabhupada said cow is simple. Simple. In that way it is kept here. It's a simple animal. Go khara, ass. Ass is particularly the focus. You are like an ass. The intelligence of an ass. Because we are not taking benefit. But actually the whole benefit is, if I remember any pilgrimage, I tell you, I don't remember going to the places. I remember, we were going Govardhan Parikrama, then we went to the Jagannath temple, we had a roaring kirtan. That I remember. Still I remember that. Such ecstatic kirtan was there. Some old man was singing, simple he was singing. And it was so ecstatic. We danced for about 1 hour we danced there. That I remember. That you can remember. And that experience is very ecstatic, correct? Simply roaming here, there. We can do that. But it's not very fruitful. So Vidura was roaming here and there, and that's not his mission. Oh, he saw Uddhava. Oh my God. That is more important now than all the tirthas. Isn't it? And when he met Uddhava, he felt so ecstatic, and he was taking, Uddhava gave him the whole Krishna Leela in summary. He enjoyed hearing that, and he wanted more instructions. He was drinking. Then he told Uddhava to go to Maitreya, and then what happens here? Maitreya hears. And we know how humbly he is going to ask questions. He asks questions, hears. That is called association. Prabhupada says we have created an international society for Krishna consciousness for association. Association doesn't mean physically living together. Associating and discussing Krishna consciousness together. Correct? That is association. Association is something, a very big thing. What do you say? 2 people, Prabhupada met his guru maybe 4 times, and he really associated with his guru. And his disciples of his Bhaktivinoda Prabhupada, sannyasi disciples, are living with him, but there was no association. They didn't understand his mood. Now, they are much elder to us, but the point I want to make that they didn't get as much mercy as Prabhupada took the mercy from his guru. Even he met them 4 or 5 times. Prabhupada said, that's all, I met my guru few times. But he took more mercy from his spiritual master, correct? Association means to take mercy, to take blessings, to take understanding, realization. That is association. And here we have, just give me 1 minute. It's a new one we're getting used to. Hare Krishna, Vanita, welcome. So this is association. The seeking association, and actually we see in the life of Vidura, and we can take inspiration from this. Okay? Now let us go to the second part. What is coming? Second shloka. Achyutabhava Siddha. Now the question asked by Vidura is very interesting, because he is asking, my Lord, that generally people are seeking sense gratification and they are never satisfied in it, and actually we get only distress. Take care. So how we should speak real happiness? Prabhupada said this is the first question we should ask. What do you say? He is such a humble person. Prabhupada said actually he has come to hear about Krishna. But why is he asking such question? Prabhupada understands it's out of humility. Humility is naturally the part of a Vaishnava. Vaishnava, when somebody has become, means he has learned to be humble. Correct? Actually, first thing when you come to spiritual life, is the beginning is different, end is different. Correct? It's not like a degree. We have come to spiritual life, we got a degree now. No, that is not an important. We got this degree, that degree. No, that's not important. Spiritual life means Vidya Vinaya Sampanne. At core of the heart, somebody has to be very, very humble. Externally, it's different. A Kshatriya is humble. He has done murder. Oh, why did he murder? Takes sword and throws his head off. Correct? He's actually very humble. But he's doing his duty is different. When person's sense of duty, he has to take the role of the duty. I remember went to the college, I told you, and to take class at 8 o'clock. So people come at 8:05. That's all we should allow. People used to come at 8:30. Morning class generally people don't come. So Vanita knows. So they come 8:45. Okay. 8:50. Okay. So then some teacher told me this kind of humility is nonsense. Actually, you should be fired. Somebody doesn't come 8:05. We should close the door. He said, "I'm sorry, I cannot permit." He said himself, when he enters the class, door is locked. It doesn't allow anybody to enter. He said, just says no compromise on all these things. You have to be, somebody make noise in the class. You have to be strict. No, you can be silent. No, then you cannot be teacher. You wear the shoes of the teacher when you are a teacher. It's a service. Out of service, it's needed. But as such, now here is something different happening. But when the devotee meets another Vaishnava, in a mood of association, he is very humble. Anna? And what is he asking? An amazing question. Everybody is seeking sense gratification in this world. He doesn't need to ask this question, but we have to. Why? He doesn't need to ask this question? Because he is Achyuta Bhava Siddha. But we have to ask this question. And actually you see, the word about shloka itself is very obvious. What is the shloka? Sukhaya karmani karoti loke. All the people work for sukha. Natai sukham va anyat uparamam va. Neither they get sukha, neither they get any satisfaction. Vindet bhuya tata eva dukkham. What they get is dukkha actually. Okay? Yadatra yuktam bhagavan vadhana. What we should do? Bhagavan means so respected personality. Sometimes great devotees are also respected as Bhagavan. So he says, oh Bhagavan, oh great personality, tell me what I am supposed to do. Everybody works for sense gratification. They neither get happiness, they're looking for happiness, but they try what they do for looking for happiness, do sense gratification. So they don't get happiness, neither satiation. Even they get so-called happiness, they still want more. Never satisfied. But what they actually get is dukkha. So please give me the course of activities I should do. So Prabhupada writes a beautiful purport. He says that actually you should ask him a very common question, no? But why didn't he ask him? He should have asked him the question about Krishna. Hana? He should have asked about the Lord. But he's asking common question, very common. But it's not his original intention. Prabhupada said it's out of natural humility. Natural. We discussed this. Prabhupada says, Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami says, what does Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami say? He said, I am lower than the worm in the stool and more sinful than Jagai Madai. Prabhupada said, no, he is not artificially speaking. He actually, an advanced devotee, feels like that. Like Bhaktivinoda Thakur says, Amara Jivana Papera Jivana. Bhaktivinoda Thakur says, my life is a life of sinful activities. Correct? I must first know the real position under the influence of the illusory energy. So being trapped, and actually for us it's a fact. I told you the famous joke. One devotee said he is lower than the worm in the stool. He is speaking out of humility, but for us it's a fact. It's a fact for us. We know that. See, other people may have some estimation. We know what's a fact. The fact is this is a real situation. So therefore, this should be there. That always seeking where we can reveal our mind and take guidance and correct ourselves. This word is different. Everybody is insecure in this world. He cannot tell in this material world, rat race for success. Nobody tells that it's a problem with me. Correct? But then how is going to advance? Just like a doctor, you go to the doctor, tell a problem. You don't feel ashamed. Why? Because the problem is not with you. Problem is your body. Correct? My body has this problem. You don't feel bad. Okay, it should be working fine. It's not working fine. Then the mind. You're not the mind also, no? So what is the difficulty? Say, oh, my mind is very envious, my mind is very proud, my mind is jealous. You have to introspect and locate all these things. They're all there. Any conditioned soul, these all are present. So person needs to work on these things. But out of natural humility, he did not ask. Okay? So this is Prabhupada says, this is Prabhupada giving the joke. We have built a beautiful house, but we are going to burn the house one day. That's material life. We are totally focused on material life. अभी घर बनाया, फिर एक दिन घर जल जाएगा, खत्म, साफ छुट्टी हो गया. ठीक है. Another third one. जनस्य कृष्णाधिमुखाय देवा. जनस्य कृष्णाधिमुखाय adharmashilasya sukha sudukhitasya anugrahaye charanti nunam bhutani bhavyani janardanasya. O my Lord, great philanthropic souls, travel on the earth on behalf of the Supreme Personality Godhead to show compassion to the fallen souls who are averse to the sense of subordination to the Lord. And Prabhupada says something very interesting in the purport here. He says, any activity except Krishna consciousness is rebellious to the Lord. Oh my God. First time I heard this. Any activity which is not for service to the Lord is a sign of revolt to the Lord. Just like, suppose, you think about it. You have a servant. Instead of doing your service, he's doing anything else. Isn't it a sign of revolt? What they do? You have the classic cases. They're always with the mobile absorbed. Don't you feel angry? In a sense, why you feel angry? They should be doing the work. Correct? They're absorbed in their own work. The same way, any activity, how does Krishna feel? We are all his servants. We should only be doing his service. But any activity you do except his service isn't a sign of revolt. Because you should be doing service. Why you're doing something else? Krishna can ask or not. Prabhupada said, Krishna can demand surrender because he owns us. He asks us and actually demands us. Sarvadharana is actually a demand. Sarvadharman parityaja mam ekam sharanam raja. It's a demand. It's not a request. It's an order. What do you say? It's a request or an order? It's an order. Prabhupada said he can demand it. He can force. If he wants, he can force. It doesn't do force. But order is there, clear order. What I'm supposed to do? Order is there, but we will not serve Krishna. We will serve our senses. You're doing something else greater. Krishna will be surprised. Okay, you're not doing my service. What you are doing? You're doing something nonsense. Okay, what do you say? Suppose somebody has a beautiful job and he says, I'm going to leave this job. Okay, the owner will always be interested what he is doing now. But he do something rubbish. It's not sign of revolt. It's sign of foolishness. Correct? And revolt and foolishness. So our activities are signs of total foolishness. Instead of serving the Lord, any activity, if you are interested in, that's sign of revolt to the Lord. Correct? Is a sign of revolt or not? It's a very interesting way. To be obedient to the wishes of the Lord is a natural position. And you are not, therefore, all the Kaitavak Dharma we listed are sign of revolt to the Lord. What do you say? Real Dharma is Bhagavad Dharma. Engage in the service to the Lord. Anything else we do is a sign of revolt to the Lord. What are the other things we can do? Upadharma, which is the first thing nearest people do. They do some sub-religious devotional activities. They do sub-religious activities, you understand? Some kind of social service, also sign of. Therefore, Prabhupada says one time, difficult to understand. Opening hostel is a sinful activity. He says, what is he saying? Actually, he's saying that. The words are there. Sinful activity. In the sense that you should be focused on devotional service. Okay? So many charitable activities people open up. Prabhupada said there's a sinful activity. Don't be focused. I'm not saying working in a hospital, but I'm just giving an idea. Suppose, instead of service, I abandon the service, throw away the service, and I get into some social welfare activity. I'm actually a sign of revolt, upadharma. And dharma bhas, we discussed all the other kind of. Dharma bhas is almost pretentious. Proper dharma bhas means pretentious. I like to discuss this all the time. This is actually so clear, because always you have to discriminate. We should discriminate. Dharma bhas, pretentious means, and I'm saying a devotee, but I'm not a devotee. I'm making a show. I'm wearing a dress of a devotee, but I'm not interested in serving the Lord. This is pretentious. Correct? I'm saying I'm a brahmachari, but I'm not a brahmachari. This is pretentious. It is also a sign of revolt to the Lord or not? That's also a sign of revolt. So, and then dharma bhas, upadharma, paradharma. Paradharma. You do your activities. What Krishna has designated. Why you are doing others' activity? Another sign of revolt. Then vidharma, sinful activity, obviously sign of revolt, because Krishna has told, don't do sinful activities. No intoxication, no gambling. Particularly those who are initiated, they can even vow for that. Correct? So we should not do. That is a sign of revolt. So vidharma is sign of revolt, upadharma is sign of revolt, paradharma is sign of revolt, dharma bhas is sign of revolt. So all these activities sign of revolt, where I am thinking of doing anything other than service to the Lord, is a sign of revolt to the Lord. A revolt. I don't care. Krishna is saying, Sarvadharma parityaja mam ekam sharanam vraja. You say, I don't care. That is what you are doing. I don't care. Krishna says, serve me, I don't care. Krishna says, Manamanava Madbhakto, I don't care. I will not think about you. It's a sign of revolt. You are saying Krishna is and Krishna is expecting you to serve him all the time. There is nothing wrong in that. He is the Supreme Lord. We are his servants. And we are doing anything except service to the Lord is a sign of revolt to the Lord. You know, small or big. You may not be openly shouting like who was the person shouted 100 times before his head was cut? Shishupal. So we may not be shouting, but subtly we are revolting. Now see, there is a grossly, hey, you are like that. Subtly, same thing it is, you know. Sometimes it is better, at least directly speak. Keep in the mind something, it is worse. What do you say? Sometimes it happens. You say better person who speaks his mind out than who keeps offense in the heart. It's very difficult, at least. So Krishna is saying, okay, what's your problem? Why you cannot serve? But no, we have so many activities. So now the interesting thing is one more point. So there's a great philanthropic souls, they travel. Janasya Krishnad Vimukasya Deva. This is very nice, simple translation. Janasya Krishnad Vimukha. He sees people, Krishna Vimukha. Their focus is not service to Krishna. Adharma Shilasya Sudukitasya. And because of this, they are always unhappy. Dukhitasya means unhappy. Su means superlative degree on it. They are very, very unhappy. Anugrahayeya, because of compassion for them. Charanti Nunam, they travel. Bhutani Bhavyani Janardinasya. Okay? So these great souls, they travel all around because they know people who are averse to service to Krishna are unhappy. Now this is very important because we are not able to see that easily. See, when we see people in this world, when they are absorbed in material affairs, they look very happy and we think they are very happy, and we, instead of giving association, you will take association. See, all of us are seeking happiness. Okay? Unless you have realization that people are unhappy, you should not preach. What preaching? You will get preached. Therefore, generally the people, devotees who are new, we don't give them the service to go to rich people and solicit donation, because what is going to happen? Because so-called successful people in this world look very happy. You know, they are in the great comfort, and they go to meet them. Instead of giving association, they take association. They say, oh, you know, he's very a good person. You know, what good person? He's averse to service to Krishna. He is a demon. But they can't see that. They can't see that. Brahma Rudradi Kitayate. Brahma Rudradi, even position of Brahma and Shiva, if he is not service to Krishna, he is like an insect. He doesn't seem like an insect. He takes association of that person. He is very successful. See, in the society, success is different. In devotional life, success is different. But the problem is we are living in a society. Great. But when you go around and take association of these people, they look to be happy because they are materially comfortable. And a devotee, neophyte, who has still not got spiritual happiness, he will get distracted to back. He has left that, he'll go back there. And this will become a standard of success for him in the spiritual life. This is success, you know. This is success. I am not achieving this. What do you feel? This will become a success. And he will slip down. And in the moment, sense gratification, these are all weeds in devotional life. What is that? Kutinati, Jeev Himsa, Nishidachar, Mana Puja Patishta. When he sees these weeds will enter his heart. Because he is taking association, means these things will enter. These are all non-devotional things which enter the heart and destroy bhakti. Correct? Kutinati, he speaks something, means something. He can't be straightforward. Jeev Himsa will give pain to other living entities. Nishidachar, his acharan will become irreligious. And he's seeking subtle way, Mana Puja. It's very difficult to see that. And all these things will actually destroy his spiritual life. But he's not able to. So are you very convinced? And Prabhupada was totally convinced. Prabhupada was in America, France, and they showed the gardens around people's houses. Prabhupada, see, look, they have such beautiful gardens. Now, these people, they're all just sense gratified. That's a rejected tech. Just sense gratifiers. You know, France, rich country. Prabhupada, what did he give on certificate? Sense gratifiers. All Prabhupada is all rascals. Over. He used to one word clean up the whole thing from devotees. All rascals. Over. Big scientists, Prabhupada, all rascals. Why? You know, unnecessarily we are keeping them on our head. Just throw it away. You know, rascals. Prabhupada used to say, no, the spitting. Any material happiness you present to a pure devotee, what do? He spits at that thought. He just Tuh. So that is the platform of a pure devotee. He rejects, totally rejects sense gratification. Okay? So we should be convinced. Similarly, Prabhupada, when he saw the beach in America, and that's after that he wrote the poem. And the poem, what does he write? He said, "My dear Lord, these people look so happy. They're feeling they are very happy. Why they will take to Krishna consciousness?" So first we should be convinced we are unhappy. Then only we will seek Krishna consciousness. Therefore, Janmashwarya Shuta Shivi Shloka will apply. And another way is that the preacher should also be convinced people are unhappy. And what is the cause of their unhappiness? They have turned their face away from the Lord. That is the cause of that. Bhayam Dvitiya Anuveshita Shad. Moment the face is away from the Lord, suffering starts immediately. Bhayanak. Great fearful sufferings will start. Moment people put their face away from the Lord, they go away from the shelter of the Lord. It's very unfortunate situation. You can see that. And how you can see that? Only on a spiritual platform, not on a material platform. So a devotee, by his sincere sadhana, by getting mercy of the Lord, by getting the blessings of the Lord Chaitanya, Kataksha, little mercy of Lord Chaitanya, will be able to see that. Brahma Rudradi Kitayate. He will be able to see. Then he can preach. Otherwise you cannot preach. You should be convinced, totally convinced, that without Krishna consciousness nobody can be happy. Then you will preach, Prabhupada was totally convinced of that. The whole world is suffering. To his disciple, please save them. What is the meaning? He knows they are suffering. He knows they are suffering. The world is suffering. Please save them. Without Krishna consciousness, there is no way people can be happy. We should personally be convinced by our own personal realization that whatever I had so many things, but before Krishna consciousness, I was so sad. I was so confused. I did not know the goal of my life. I was lost. I was anath. But having taken shelter of the Lord, now I am sanath. Now I have some hope. Prabhupada used to say, I received so many letters from my disciples that now they got some hope in their life. It's very, very important. I got some hope. See, it's not that today we are in Krishna Loka, but your hope. Avashya Rakshive Krishna. Certainly Krishna will give me protection. And devotee is doing devotion service. He has a hope. So devotee develops in hope. He develops in his heart a hope, yes. One day Krishna will accept me. That is called hope against hope. Rupa Goswami said that hope against hope. I have no devotion, I have no knowledge, I am full of sinful activities. My Lord, I am hoping against hope, still you will accept me. That is Rupa Goswami speaking for us. Again, same Vidura is asking questions for us. So Rupa Goswami is speaking for us, correct? He is a Sakhi. What is hope? He is already a Sakhi and eternally a Sakhi of the Lord. He is a Nitya Siddha. But he is asking for us hope against hope. There is no hope actually that ever Krishna will accept us. But hoping against hope that Krishna is so merciful and I have no knowledge, I have no devotion, I am doing something, and hoping against hope, one day I will get shelter to the lotus feet of Krishna. So this is Vidura, and this is called meeting another. This is the meeting between two personalities. It's a similar mood. We see Parikshit Maharaj meet Shukadeva Goswami. Same mood, isn't it? Same mood. This is a way of approaching actually, and this is a way of receiving spiritual knowledge. Srila Prabhupada ki, Srimad Bhagavatam ki.